What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with my NBA preseason power rankings to kick off the 2023-2024 year. But before I get into it, hit that subscribe button down below to be entered into our giveaway at 500 subscribers. We'll start with 30 through 21 here. You got the bottom tier teams. A few of these teams could be jumping in to the playoffs this year. Teams like that I'm looking at are the Pistons, the Magic, Pacers, Raptors, teams in more or less in the East, just because of how the East is not as good as the West. Then you have teams in the West, like the Spurs, who obviously got Victor Wembanyama, first pick of this year's draft, freak athlete, could take over the league here. The Trailblazers, life without Dame, that's why they're so low. The Rockets, they're a team that's interesting to watch out for this year. Made some splashes, getting Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet alongside Green. That could be a team to watch out for as well. And all these teams are looking to have a better year than last year, obviously. But for some of these teams, it's going to be tough to do. 20 through 11. And now this is where you get your playoff teams and possibly title contenders going into the year that are long shots. And we'll start at 20. The Jazz were the big surprise last year, early in the year, and then faded towards the end. We'll see how they can go in year two without after the blow up plan. The Nets, obviously their blow up plan of getting rid of KD and Harden and Kyrie didn't work out well for them, but it did work in a return trade. Mikal Bridges has looked great for them, and I think he is going to be a star for them for a very long time. 18, the Hawks, Trae Young and John Collins. That part didn't work, so now it's just Trae Young. Let's see what he can do to take over this franchise. Him and Clint Capella could be a good duo for years to come, even when they played together and now for the foreseeing future, just because they have had that experience. 17 are the Mavericks, and I don't really know where to put this team. Could be closer to the top, but I don't know. I just haven't seen it yet from Luka and Kyrie. Not enough games for me to assess them. 16 of the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns. That's going to be the focal point for this year. If they can both stay healthy, have a good year, probably around the same record, maybe a little better. The Thunder, another team that exceeded expectations last year, way ahead of plan, and they didn't even have Chet Holmgren, but this year they do, just to add to another loaded young roster and looking for them to build. 14 of the Pelicans, Zion is their biggest thing heading into this year. Is he can stay healthy for at least 60 games. I think that's a win for the Pelicans. The Kings obviously had a great year last year, fell short, obviously, of the Western Conference Finals, but it was a good year for them, and they'll look to build off of that strong year. Now with Sabonis and Fox and company, they've just looked really good. So hopefully the Kings can keep up that success. 12 is Cleveland, and their biggest story was Darius Garland last year, and then obviously acquiring Donovan Mitchell. So it's year two with Mitchell. High expectations, fell short in the East, but look to repeat to win their division and possibly even get to the finals this year. Then 11 are the Knicks, and same old Knicks, get to the playoffs, get bounced, but see if they can change that script this year. Now, 10 through 1, these are your legit title contenders here. And we'll start at 10 with the Clips. Obviously, Kawhi, he's the big concern there. If he can stay healthy, play at least half of the year, I think Clippers have to take that. 9 is the Grizzlies. How are they going to perform without Ja for the first, 25 games he's suspended? And Steven Adams out for the year now as well. So it's going to be a big missing piece for the Grizzlies to start the year. 8 are the Sixers, and their big story is Harden. Who knows if he's even going to play this week? You're going to see this Tuesday morning. So that means it's the day that the season begins. So who knows what Harden's going to do? 7 are the Heat. And, they missed out on Dame, didn't really want Damian Lillard. But here they are. It's still kind of the same old Heat. Find ways to win in the playoffs. And this team is a whole different beast in the playoffs. So once they get there, it's a whole new look team with a new motto. 6 are the Lakers. Father time. Going into his 21st NBA season, LeBron looking to yet again have another MVP type season to lead the Lakers to the playoffs. The Warriors start off my top 5. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. Now, these two guys, they're getting older up in age. How long are they going to be able to play together and at an elite level? That is the big question for them. Hopefully, it's at least for this year because we love to see that. Then the Suns, your real threats to win, not just the West, but win it all. Getting Bradley Beal in the offseason was a huge get for them. And now with Booker, Beal, and KD, and getting rid of Ayton, it's going to be interesting to see how the Suns team performs for the first 10 games, see that chemistry they built. Same for the Bucks at 3, getting Damian Lillard in that trade, getting rid of Drew Holiday. it's going to be interesting to see how the Bucks can play with Dame. And I mean, it's going to be a pretty scary duo from the pick and roll standpoint. At two are the Celtics. They bring in Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, a team that really didn't need to make too many moves. They got rid of Smart, brought in Drew Holiday, which I think is very good move for them on an offensive standpoint. And they, look like they're in prime position yet again to win the East. If it's not them, then if it's not the Bucks, then it's the Celtics. And then at one, you have your defending champs, the Denver Nuggets, and Nikola Jokic. That's all you need to know about this Denver Nuggets team. As long as he is on the floor, they have a chance to win every single game, every single night. And pair him with Jamal Murray fully healthy now. It's a very scary combo to stop. But these Nuggets, they're a resilient team, and that's why they're here at number one. But that's going to be it for my preseason power rankings video. Make sure you guys check back later this week to see my NBA preseason picks to see who I have winning it all. But until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.